So a lot of things to look at with this series, but the one thing I'm sure that everybody wants to talk about is Juan Soto. So Juan Soto did not have a great weekend. He walked 3 times on Friday, but he ended up getting 1 hit and 10 at-bats. And I talked to a lot of people. Each game, I made it a point to talk to people I know on the Mets side and also really, really try to get deep with Yankee people about what they were seeing from Soto. So on Saturday, it's a 1 o'clock game, and I never do this because there's usually nobody around. I got to Yankee Stadium on Saturday at 8:30 in the morning. And really, I talked for hours to people. And this is what I came up with. A lot of people don't want to hear it. And I will preface this by saying, no matter what's going on with Soto now, 100 times out of 100 times, the Mets have to sign Soto. And 100 times out of 100 times, Soto is going to be fine. He is one of the great hitters that you'll ever see. One thing that I always stop short of, he's not one of the great players you'll ever see. He's not good defensively. He's not a great base runner. But boy, can he hit. He can hit with anybody who's ever lived. And he's hitting in the 240s now. Here's what I found out. So from the Mets side, people that I know on the Mets side, and they could deny it publicly, which of course they have to do, he is very, very glum around the clubhouse. He does not have a hop in his step. He does not smile much. He seems quite glum. I'm not going to say unhappy, because how could you be unhappy when you have a $765 million contract? But it's funny. Money is not a guarantee that you're going to be comfortable somewhere. But I thought it was more important to get the Yankee take. And I talked to people on the Yankees that watched him on Friday. So this is discussions that I had on Saturday. And the one thing that came out in all the conversations, to them, the shocking thing was there's no joy. He doesn't have any joy at all. You could see the way he's playing. With the Yankees last year, he was like so pumped up every single day. I don't know if he made himself that way because he's playing for a contract, but now that you've got the contract, I would think that all the pressure has been released. But maybe he needed that to drive him. But he always was engaged on the field. He looked like he was having a blast, and why wouldn't you have fun when you're one of the great hitters of all time? But they were saying to me, you could see by watching him, there's no joy there. Like there's no there. Well, there's no joy there. He doesn't seem happy. He's going to end up being happy. So Met fans, if you're listening right now, don't freak out. He's gotten off to a bad start. We're about 25% through the season. And he has had subpar seasons for him. He didn't play well again. He didn't play well in San Diego in that 1 year. And the one thing that always came out about the San Diego experience was he didn't get along with many people there. That's why I was stunned last year, because I had heard that when he came from San Diego, he didn't get along with the Stars. They didn't like him. He didn't like them. He came to work and did his job every single day. Why he didn't get along with them, I don't know. Why they didn't get along with him, I don't know. Maybe they felt, you know what, he's just here for a year anyway, so what are we doing? But the Yankees could have felt the same way too. With the Yankees, he didn't act like that. He got along great with Judge. He got along great with the people on the team. He got along great with the manager and the coaches and whatever the case may be. This year, it's not happening. And if you can't get along with Carlos Mendoza, I'm not saying he's not getting along with Mendoza. They have a good relationship. But there's not a fit in that room. There's not a fit in that clubhouse right now. He doesn't feel comfortable right now. I mean, Andy Martino of SNY has a story out that, Starling Marte is trying to work with him, a veteran guy, on what it means to be a Met and how to get acclimated in the Met situation. It's kind of stunning. I mean, Juan has been around a long, long time. A long, long time. You would think that it wouldn't be that difficult for him to acclimate himself. There's good guys in that clubhouse. Now, on the clubhouse side, people I've talked to with the Mets, some of the players are starting to get rubbed a little bit the wrong way. and you knew that this was going to be an issue too. It's starting to get to them. Why does this guy have a suite and nobody else has a suite? Why is this guy given things that we don't have? Also, they have noticed, and we noticed it on Friday, because we didn't even go to break between the first, top of the first and the bottom of the first on yes. It took. He's the last guy out of the dugout to take right field. Everybody else is on the field. He's the last guy out. Why does he do that? Also, for my eyes, after having watched him last year, I don't get this one thing. Every single at bat last year was an absolute show. An absolute show. The Soto shuffle, when he's taking pitches and he's working the pitch or whatever the case may be. None of it. I didn't see it once. I didn't see once where he slides his right foot, toward his left foot and then like kind of looks at the pitcher, and it becomes almost like a dramatic play that we're watching in real time. But it's fun. He hasn't done that. I talked to Met people. He hasn't done that this year. Why? Why isn't he happy? And again, it comes down to this. And I'll say it right now, and it will be denied. And of course, it has to be denied. But I've talked to people that I respect. He wanted to return to the Yankees. That was his preference. His family said, "You're going to the Mets." His family felt very comfortable around Alex and Steve Cohen, and they said, "You're going to the Mets." And he is a guy who listens to his family. So I think at this point, he's probably a little bit down. He's pouting a little bit. And then to come into Yankee Stadium and have 3 straight sellout crowds and a place that was his field of dreams, where he was showered with love every single game he played in the Bronx, it became his field of nightmares over the weekend.